Hello again and welcome to Tips with Andrew. I am Andrew Sapiano. Thank you so much for joining me on this happy Friday. Happy Friday. We made it. Yes. I hope you guys had an awesome week and rocked out whatever goals, hopes, plans, dreams, ambitions you had and are currently throwing it in the rear view and ready for this weekend. What a beautiful start to the weekend. Actually, as I'm looking outside right now, the way that the clouds are positioned, it reminds me a lot of the introductory theme song to The Simpsons, where all the clouds are just, and if you've seen The Simpsons, you know exactly what I'm talking about. You know, the opening scene, The Simpsons. But if you haven't seen it, you don't know what I'm talking about, and I apologize for that. But, quickly, before we get started, convention tickets are officially on sale now. This year's convention is called Connection. It will be held both in person and virtually. The most dynamic experience yet, and tickets are on sale now. They go up in price at the beginning of August, so there still is a few days to lock in the lowest possible price. I'm looking at it here, and it's a $60 difference. Right, so if we want to lock in the lowest possible price, save ourselves some money. If you or somebody you know of is interested in learning more about essential oils, how to reduce the toxic load in your life, how to live a more natural, holistic lifestyle, this is definitely the event you do not want to miss. Connection, it's all about making new friends, catching up with the doTERRA family, learning about what everybody else is going on, education, newest emerging research, new product releases, that's always a fun time, and they're actually exclusive products that come out only at convention time that aren't normally for resale, so that's something that gets me really excited. Inspiration, catch the vision for the future, be the first to know about big announcements. That's a really cool thing too. They come out with lots of cool things that are specifically revolved around convention. So as I mentioned before, if you have been thinking about it or somebody you know of has been interested in learning more about the natural holistic lifestyle or approach to life, this is the event that you do not want to miss. It is going to be held in person. There's also a virtual access that you can have too, and I'm super excited. I cannot wait. Next, I have launched a weight loss course for beginners. It is an online digital course for download. Discover 5 little known secrets on how to lose weight. If you or somebody you know of is interested in dropping a few pounds now that the summer months are officially upon us, definitely reach out to me, drop me a comment, send me a message. There's tons of cool stuff that comes along with the initial launch, and I'm super excited to get it out there into the masses. Oh man, I put so much into it. I'm really excited to get the feedback from it. Lastly, we are still in July. There's a couple more days left for doTERRA Dollar Days. If you have been interested in getting purchasing essential oils or reducing the toxic load in your lifestyle, something like that, now is definitely the time. When you place an order for about $150 to $200, give or take, you get $50 in free product points back from doTERRA. So you get $50 to spend on whatever you want. For me, I love doing things where I get paid for, and there's not a whole lot in life I do unless there's money involved. And right now, you can get paid to have an essential oil experience. So I'm super excited with that. It ends at the end of July, so there still is a few more days left to get your hands on that. All right. Okay, let me take my breath for a quick second. There's so much more going on over here, I promise you. There's so much going on. But I cut it off at that because that is the most important that I feel comfortable talking about on these videos and these episodes. So, what today's topic is I wanted to talk a little bit a little bit about getting to sleep, staying to sleep, right? Sleeping throughout the night. There's different things that we need to do to set up our lives to help sleep throughout the night. There is very much a difference between getting to sleep and staying asleep throughout the night. I know personally, firsthand experience. For me, actually, a little bit of my backstory is at my work, we go days to nights every 2 weeks. So, now the days to night switchover is a real blessing because we end on Friday afternoon and we're not back at work until Monday night. But the nights to day switchover is a real pain. And from that one, we finish at Friday night at midnight and we're back Monday morning at 6 a.m. Right? So I believe the difference in the 2 weekends is like 30 hours or something. That's something crazy. So we basically don't have a weekend, and we have to do what we can to try and, reset our systems, I guess, if you will. So for me, I know firsthand what it means to not sleep throughout the night, not to be tired, right? Go from a 2 weeks of where you were on night shift to automatically have to switch back to a day shift routine, right? And that can be in itself very hard. So that's where I wanted to come on, give some tips that help me to, like I said, not only get to sleep, but stay sleeping throughout the night. That's really what we're looking for, right? We're looking for that REM sleep, that rapid eye movement, right? Where we're in that calm, relaxing state where our body is restoring and recovering as well as resting for the next day. So without further ado, let's get into these tips. I hope they help you. They really help me, I promise that. Tina actually gets mad at me because I can basically fall asleep wherever. And so I really like these tips have worked very well for me. And hopefully they help you too. Hopefully you get some value. So my number one tip is actually proper nutrition. And I didn't bring the glass of water just for this, but when we're talking about proper nutrition, water has to be at the forefront of that. But what I'm talking about overall, proper nutrition, right? We need to eat the foods that our body needs in order to rest and recover, right? There is specific types of food that we can eat that help, that actually release those, the calming, relaxing chemicals in the brain, help us to calm down at nighttime. And a lot of at least the Western diet, right? Carbohydrates, high fats, high proteins, high sodium, high salt, right? All those, they contribute very much to your body not producing at an optimal level. They produce very much, or they promote very much, things in your body that don't lead to you being very relaxed and recovered, right? That's where we need to focus on the right nutrition, right? Right off the bat, I'm talking 3 meals a day, right? Breakfast, lunch, dinner, 100%. You need those 3 meals a day. Then in between those meals, you need to be thinking about snacking, right? Because our body needs proper nutrition, or our body needs food on a daily basis, right? We don't need one big meal in the morning and then one big meal at night. That's not the way our body's designed to go, right? Our body's designed to have actually little meals throughout the day. So one of my suggestions more than anything is little meals throughout the day. So instead of having 3 big meals, right, we cut those in half to maybe make it 6 small meals, so that we're constantly providing nutrition to our bodies, right? There's so much going on all over the place at any moment in time, right? So we need to be feeding it with, the goodness, the high quality protein, and it has nothing more to do than, like, I know nowadays there's a whole bunch of different things about, cut out carbohydrates, red meat is terrible, you should only be eating grass, don't even look at chickens, right, because they have some content in them that can produce fat, right? So there's so many different things that are being taught nowadays, and I really like going back to, the basics, right? The pyramid of the nutrition pyramid, I guess, if we will, right? We've got all our different levels of what we should be eating, right? And nothing is bad for you in moderation. We just need to be careful about what we're doing. We need to have food, right? But if we're constantly busy on the go and not really thinking about our nutrition, chances are that food becomes a can of pop and a bag of chips from the vending machine, right? Or a chocolate bar, or maybe a donut and a coffee on the way home, right? So there can be so many different things that come up in life. Meal prepping was really a lifesaver for me, right? Preparing most of my weekly meals at once. That way I can give myself a little bit of extra time throughout the day, throughout the week, right? We live very busy on the go lifestyles, and there is a few non-negotiables that we have in life, right? And all of this comes down to the fact that we still need to eat and we still need to sleep, and all of this still needs to get done. But when you meal prep, you can focus on having enough food ready for you for the week. That way you're not tempted or you're not forced to stop for fast food on your way home or even at lunch. So definitely, right off the bat, try and aim for 7 servings of fruits and vegetables. Aim for about, 30% of your daily caloric intake be from protein. So if we're looking at the Natural Health Organization of the world that decides our food intake, put it at 2,000 calories a day for the average adult, right? So if we're talking 2,000 calories a day, 10% is 200. 200? Yeah, 10% is 200. So times 3, right, to get 30% is about 600 calories from protein. Water, I talked about it. We as people are about 60% water. So we need to be focusing on water more than anything throughout the day. Aim for roughly half your body weight in ounces per day. As what am I looking for? As a reference point, for me, I am roughly 200 pounds. So for me, I would be needing about 100 ounces of water per day. So if we're doing 8-ounce glasses, I would probably need more than 10, right? 10 times 8 is 80. That would only be 80 ounces, and I'm looking for more in the 100-ounce range, right? So having proper nutrition doesn't have to be this huge thing, right? It's just a little thing or a couple few things that you do on a daily basis that will help you over time. Number 2, exercise. There is so much scientific benefit or scientific research behind how exercise helps your overall wellness, right? It helps your bones, helps your muscles, helps your life, helps your sleep, helps your wake up, helps your go to sleep, right? Helps your mood, helps your attitude, right? There's so much behind that. I like thinking about exercise in terms of if you actually do it properly, you are going to be tired. I like that. And if you do it later in the night, and if you do it, there's both ways, right? If you do it later in the night, that can, maybe it doesn't, I don't actually know the scientific research behind this, but I think that it can have an effect on you in terms of calming you down and making you, I don't want to say super tired, but making you more tired than you were, and that ability to go to sleep, right? If you do it in the morning, it's kind of the opposite effect, right? We can get more awake, right? Wake us up, but I love using that because, right, if we do things that are physically taxing throughout the day, you know that it makes you very tired at the end of the night. And if you have a job that is physically taxing, for me, I used to work in roofing. So you want to talk about a physically taxing job. That one, I didn't really have too much problem going to work or going to sleep at the end of the night because that one was just super physically taxing. So if we do that, now I'm not talking you go to the gym and just pound it so hard to the point where you can't even move and you're so tired that you're holding your eyes open like this while you're driving home. That's not what I'm talking about. But you do that, right? You get your heart rate going, you put a little bit of sweat on, right? Makes you a little bit more tired than you were before. And it's also as a way to get your exercise helps your overall wellness, right? So it's going to help strengthen your organs, strengthen your heart, strengthen your blood vessels, right? Strengthen all of your body so that way they can do all the things that they need to, especially at nighttime, right? At nighttime, you need X amount of sleep throughout the night in order to rest and recover, right? So your body needs that amount of time in order to properly rest and restore and recover itself. And exercise is just going to help strengthen all of that to maybe not speed up the process, but definitely make the process more efficient. Number 3, put away electronics. the electronics. This is huge now. Cell phones, right? iPads, tablets, all sorts of things. There is some light that gets emitted from the phones, from it's the UV thing, right? That actually, it doesn't, physically, but it does burn away our retinas, right? So it actually has a discouraging effect on our overall eyesight, right? So that in turn can lead to a plethora of health benefits, aside from the fact that you can't see, that's going to make life a little bit more challenging. But we're not only talking about the cell phones, right? TVs are a huge part of, most people's bedrooms at this point. So that's what it can lead to also, right? There was a thing, and I love actually talking about the electronics in terms of the way that our mothers used to yell at us for sitting too close to the TV, right? Sit way too close to the TV, and what's going to happen? It's going to burn your eyes. You won't be able to see. And as much as we didn't really want to listen to mom back then, we should listen to the scientists and the doctors now that actually have the evidence behind these devices, right? They burn our eyes, but what it does at nighttime is it actually, depending on the brightness of the light, it goes into your brain and it doesn't actually tell your brain that maybe you're tired, but you're not telling your brain that you're ready to relax. You're telling your brain that, I need 5 more minutes because this thing that this TikTok video or this Facebook post that I found is so much more important than me trying to sleep. So your brain actually keeps going. And, like if you wanted to talk about it, it's not really this extenuating, but as a fight or flight response, right? Your brain is in a fight response right now, right? You are trying to tell your body that you're sleeping and you're tired, but your brain is trying to tell you, no, you just had all these electronics playing and I'm super wide awake. So they're fighting between each other, and by the time you realize it, right, it's 3 o'clock in the morning and your alarm's set to go off in a couple hours and you're thinking, oh damn, this is going to be a rough day. I don't know how much I'm going to make it through this day. So that's where we need to, that's really the point that we need to take away from this, is as much as we want to be with our electronics and want to be a part of the world that's going on, we need to give our brain a chance to turn that off switch, right? So if we're looking at our phone right in front of our face all the way until it's time to bedtime, and then we just put it away and fall asleep and expect to go to sleep, I just explained that, right? That's not going to happen. Your brain is still in a go, go, go mode, so you're going to have to try and relax on that one a little bit. And my suggestion for that one would be about an hour before you have to go to sleep, just turn off everything and give your mind that relaxation that it needs. Number 4, be aware of your room. And what I have here is temperature and lights. This one, for me, is huge, right? Now, I don't know, maybe I'm different than everybody else, but for me, if my room is super hot and I'm sweating underneath the blankets and I'm sweating in places that I didn't even know that I was sweating, or if it's super hot and I'm not even under the blankets and I'm sweating, that to me is not an ideal room for me to sleep in. I don't know how much sleep I'll be able to get. The same thing, not as extreme, but to a certain extent, if the room is way too cold, I can't get to sleep. I can sleep a lot better in cold than I can in warm, but if the room is super hot, for me, I need it cooled down. Super cold, I can kind of deal with, maybe a little bit more warmth, but I can kind of deal with that. But super hot is not going to work for me. No way, not a chance. I can't. So for me, I need to turn my temperature down. What I do is we have a couple fans that we put in our bedroom. We live in an apartment building, so we have to be really strategic with the AC. So for us, right, the fans are awesome. I love using that. And then with regards to lights, right, for me, I can't sleep. It's not that I can't. I have a hard time sleeping if there's lights on. Tina's a perfect example. It needs to be like black dark for her. She's got an eyepiece that she puts over her face. and it just kind of blocks out the light from every angle. And for her, it's really pitch black for her to sleep in, right? And that for her makes it so much easier, and that helps her to sleep throughout the night. If again, for her, for me it's not that extreme, but for her, if the lights were to shine in her face, it would really throw off her sleep pattern, and she'd probably end up being awake. And maybe that's what she wants, maybe it's not, but that's what I'm talking about. Check out your room temperature in terms of, check out your room in terms of the temperature. Make sure that it's not too hot or too cold, that maybe you can't sleep. I don't know, maybe you like it super hot. Try it. Maybe you like it super cold. Try it, right? If you are currently not getting a very good sleep, why not try it, right? See what it can happen. Lights, I suggest turning off the lights. Maybe you need light, right? Like a night light in order to help you feel calm and at ease, right? This is something that, again, if you're having trouble sleeping and staying asleep throughout the night, this is definitely something that you should try. Consider trying, right? I don't know. Maybe it works, maybe it doesn't. Number 5, background noise. This one is not the reason, but it is definitely a big reason that I use a fan at nighttime. For me, I have a very hard time sleeping in dead silence. I don't do it very well. I'm always, listening for little things and hearing little things that maybe are there, maybe are not there. I'm always coming up with, circumstances in my head, and for me, it's not really a fun game. It just causes a lot more, anxious thoughts and overwhelm than relaxation and sleeping happens. So for me, I need the background noise. And also, there's lots of construction going on, and we live actually right beside town hall, so there's always lawn maintenance going on, some sort of addition construction happening to that building, right? So there's so much unwanted noise going on. That's where I love the fan coming into place to try and drown out that other noise, and then I can have just a constant humming noise in the background, right? So for me, that works perfectly. If it does, again, this is something that helps me really more than anything is background noise for me. So if you're having trouble getting to sleep and staying asleep throughout the night, this is definitely something that helps me. And I recommend giving it a try, because it may not work for you, but it may. And that's really what we're trying to do here, right? We're trying to get a better sleep throughout the night. My last tip, more than anything, is essential oils. An essential oil blend here, like Serenity, is the restful blend from doTERRA. It helps promoting that calm, relaxing environment that is perfect for going to sleep. And I actually love using the drops in the diffuser. But another thing that doTERRA just came out with was a Serenity Linen Mist. And it comes in a spray bottle like that. And this one, you just spray right over your pillow or the bed sheets, your comforter, whatever is right near you to help promote that. And that just promotes a calm, relaxing environment right around you, right? That one sends signals to your brain that helps relax itself. My next blend that I have here is Easy Air. And Easy Air, I have it for a specific reason. It is the respiratory blend from doTERRA. And what that one is used in this house for is when you make those loud noises at nighttime, right? And you can't sleep, or your significant other can't sleep, or something is going on that, you don't really, that those noises are really getting in your way of sleeping. That's why I love using the Easy Air. Helps to open up the airways and allow for clear breathing. This one, it's got peppermint in it, so it can burn the eyes. I don't suggest putting it on your pillow, as well as I believe it has eucalyptus in it, which is poisonous to humans. So this one, more often than not, gets used in a diffuser or a drop on the bottoms of our feet. My last oil here that I have is cedarwood. And cedarwood is a woodsy oil that is used for providing that calming, relaxing environment, right? Think about the cedar wood, right? When you're out in the trees in the forest, right? You feel so calm, relaxed, just at ease, and like you're ready. You're ready. You know what I mean? Let's do it. That's all I got for you for today. I really hope you enjoyed this. I know I had some fun making it. I hope that some of these tips will help you. Feel free to share this with your friends, family member that you feel is having trouble sleeping, maybe somebody on your team that you think needs to hear this. If you'd like to learn more about essential oils or how to get your hands on some of this cool stuff that I'm talking about, or if you'd like a free sample of oils just to get your hands on a little taste tester before you make a full-on commitment, definitely reach out to me, drop me a comment, send me a message saying me, and we'll get you rocking and rolling. Thank you so much for joining me. I really hope you guys have a fantastic rest of your day and an even better weekend, and I look very forward to talking to you again. I love you guys. Bye for now.